This is December 29th, Thursday, and we are in BBIS class, and we have another presentation by Prasamsa and Ashutosh, and they will present on second core reading of chapter 5, Someone is Telling Your Life. Go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. Today we are presenting Someone is Stealing Your Life by Mikhail Ventura. This story is an article written by Mikhail Ventura, and she talks about the work ethics of American people and American employees.
Right there. Work ethics of American people and employees.
Marker.
You need marker? Keep it ahead. Work ethics of American people and American employees.
It also talks about the misleading and short-sighted point of views of the description of most Americans in the experience of their workplace.
As you explained, also make example class in America, most of the people are very glad to have a work that they can do from 9 to 5, and they are glad to have the work, but they actually don't choose the work. They may study and even train for the work, but they do not like it. I'll speak Nepali. To then go there, idea came soil parma came on if perhaps you 1, 2, 3, 4 sunny. Yes, and follower, a order follower, on the Hari social idea. One Macavanasa, protection as a building. Two Maka is easy to say, like Estimalica, especially one, especially one, Garo, so your idea counts June order my text, sorry, yes, say, fair poison tender. And 3 order my paragon Makesa Bolne, 2 Makesa Bolne, 3 Makesa Bolne, there was a class level, so much order, so much, so they will be put it on. Take some, go ahead, don't worry, go ahead, take some.
And they also take what they can take and also do what they can do. Most of the people have families to support, so they need more jobs. Even they do not want to work. That.
Let me give you another help. Just like I said, there are 2 months. 2 months. And the Garaki Very Malay Garons. You throw Lama perhaps. I have a key on the presence of Mathau. There's no book at the Malay Rasson to the Grasson. The color of Rasson. More premier I am, you grammar Bolsuma or Boldina or importance Kanyava. Just for example, there are 2 molecular Americans need their jobs more than their jobs admit to needing them. I'll speak out this and I'll explain. This is the idea, okay? This is important. Other things I just can omit it. Most people have little or no authority over what they do 5 days a week for 45 years, a nation of drones. So what I'm teaching you, long paragraph central idea, main idea, located on the paragraph. Just to mother fast and audience with the idea. Go ahead.
And as an employee, they have no say about anything on the job. They know about the short and long-term goals of the company, but it's quite none of their business for them, because they just go there to work, not to make the company better. paragraph 3, we can see that Americans, even they work harder, they cannot afford houses and feed their kids as they want to. This condition may be worse because they are not getting enough time for their families and themselves.
In paragraph 3, look, the last one, you had no say while other people have been making decisions that haven't been good for you. This is the problem in paragraph 3. American workers have no right at the workplace. And the employers make decisions which affect their life. But employees have no say. This is the main idea of paragraph 3. When you present, focus on it. Go on. I'll help you, don't worry. Go on.
It's not the happiness of those who have done the society's work. Even they are working, they are not happy.
So it is the employers who are happy. Employees are not happy. Company owners are happy. Workers are never happy.
On the other hand, people also say that if you don't like your job, just quit the job and pursue your happiness by starting a business or do something on your own by becoming independent.
Now this is counter argument. So what is saying, suppose some people say that, why are you complaining? If you don't like a job as a worker, quit the job and open your job, open your industry, open your factory, become businessman, become employer. Somebody might say, then he is saying that this is also not easy. And yes.
Freedom, dignity, and the well-being of creature.
Okay, more portion. You're a confession girl, मलाई अहिले तिमीले हेर्दा कस्तो लाग्यो भन्दाखेरि तिमी प्रिपेयर्ड भयो जस्तो लागेन हो एकदम ट्रु कन्फेसन गर ल
मैले मेरो बुकमा मार्क गरेको थिएँ बुकै ल्याइन के अनि साथीको बुक लिएको अनि कन्फ्युज भयो
तिमीले आफूले मार्क गरेर बुक लिएर आएनौ फाइन ठिकै छ I'll help you. In paragraph 4 look what I've highlighted. You are only as independent as your credit rating, and to compete in the business community you will find yourself having to treat others, your employees, as much like slaves as you can get away with. Pay them as little as they will tolerate and give them no say in anything. Money is the absolute standard. Freedom and the dignity and well-being of one's fellow creatures simply do not figure out in basic formula in America. So even if you are a businessman, then you will have to exploit other people. You will have to treat your workers as slaves. So in America, working people are slaves. In America, working people are slaves. Money is everything. What is your well-being? The well-being of your fellow creatures? It has no meaning. This is the point. Yes, go on, next paragraph.
The writer also says that from the ages of 18 to...
Will you use my book if it helps you? I don't know. I don't know. If I have highlighted, just see if it helps you. You can just pick up the highlighted lines and our opinion and you can go on.
From the ages of 19 to 29, the writer worked in different places and in different times she worked. The jobs were getting weirder and funkier. And
so this essay is based on a writer's personal experience of work in America.
According to her, she worked as a hospital orderly, vacuum cleaner salesman, jack-in-the-box counter person, waiter, a nail hammerer, and cement mixer.
So many jobs, right?
During the years of working in office, she only got 2 weeks of paid vacation, and when she calculates the amount of time she gets at vacation, it's 26 years to get just 2 weeks, 1 year of vacation for herself.
Oh God. If you work for 26 years and if you saved all the leaves you got, then you will get 1 year vacation. Your boss might get 6 months vacation in 1 year. So, yes, go on.
So she also tells that the time she got was not hers, it was all the employer's time. And
what is the heading of this essay?
Someone
is stealing your life. And who is that someone? Your boss, the company you work for. So what is this essay teaching? In future, you guys and girls in this class, do not get a job, open a company. Do not get a job. If you get a job, you'll be donkeys. If you get a job, in future you'll be donkeys. Your employer will treat you like a donkey, like a slave. And you will have no right. Right? And this won't make your life happy. Be a boss. Open your own business. Right? Invest money and start something. But that's also not easy. Yes.
The boss also gave the illusion of freedom by giving holidays.
Illusion of freedom. Look, illusion of freedom. Yes.
But the employer used 26 years of the employee's life just to get 1 year for themselves. And for the employee does not get anything in return for this giant thing that the employee is dedicating everything for.
Workers give everything to company. They give their life. They give their freedom. They give everything to the company. They work day and night. In return, what they get is, they just get something called salary. Nothing else. And salary comes on first day of the month and disappears within a week. For 3 weeks you are without money.
Compared to that, the employer gets all the successful things and all the profit of the company. He also gets the standard of living of the dreams of the employees. He has wonderful protection for his family.
Look,
he has access to everything.
Boss has a car. Boss has 16 lakh salary. You have 16,000 salary. Boss has insurance coverage the whole family. Boss gets fee for his sons and daughters' education. Boss gets everything. You get nothing. And who runs the company? You, not the boss. If boss doesn't come one day, company will run. But if the workers don't come, the company won't run.
And the business is the boss's business, but he does as his pleases, and he owns the employee's work.
He is the master.
What they do is theirs, and what we do is also theirs. So
Look,
we have no say.
what the boss does is his. What I do is also his. Mine is salary. What do you call it? Salary. Vetan, tankhwah. Munshi Premchand writes, तनख्वाह पूर्णिमासी की चांद की तरह से है, एक बार आती है और फिर 15वें दिन से अमावस की रात शुरू हो जाती है. अंधेरा ही अंधेरा, महीने भर अंधेरा ही अंधेरा. एक दिन का उजाला और बाकी अंधेरा ही अंधेरा. That's what his salary is, right? Yes, go on.
She also says that the boss gets rich without consulting the employees, but when the employees do something without consulting him, the employees have to bear the consequences.
Boss never have to consult you, but you must consult to boss for everything.
The main point is the employer came up with the starting capital, so he has the say in everything, and since it is his money, he has the right to decide everything. Even though he has the money, nothing happens if there is no work done. If the work is so important, the doers also deserve just more than a formula and a paycheck. They deserve more recognition and respect.
Workers deserve more recognition. Workers deserve more recognition, yes.
It also takes more than investment and time management to make the company live. It takes labor, skill and talent of the people who...
Labor, skill and talent of the worker.
Now I'd like to hand over.
I thought you were just as a bodyguard here. No, I mean, as he was standing there, a tall figure, besides, and I thought he has a bodyguard there and doing nothing. I'm glad you have a role. Just kidding, don't get angry, right? Just kidding. We have 3 books now, right? Not only 1, 3 books.
Let it be here, sir.
Oh, okay.
You can keep yours.
Every time I finish reading a text, the page becomes like this. So I have now filtered. Second time I read, I can just read the highlighted things and move ahead.
Author is saying that no school ever taught her anything the way of economics and power. So she had to figure it out slowly based on what.
It's he, Michael Ventura, I guess should be he.
So
Michael is a male name.
So he had to figure it out slowly based on what he saw around him every day. What he saw was, it didn't matter how long he worked or what good job he had. He would not be allowed power over his own life.
Workers have no power over their own life.
The author is saying, my future is in the hands of people whose name I often don't know and whom I never met.
Look, I have rarely met the founder of this college. If the founder tomorrow decides to close this college, I'll lose my job. I'll lose my job and earning. So look, as a worker, my life is in the founder's hands. Look, so I'm dependent, right? Yes.
And he's saying that they feed on my work, on my life, but reserve for themselves all power and profit.
Oh, employers feed on my work, on my life, on my labor, but they reserve all power with them. They reserve all say with them. They reserve everything with them. I get nothing. Yes.
In paragraph 14, he's saying that my employers are stealing my life. In 15 also, he's emphasizing the same sentence. They are stealing my life.
Somewhere he used the word rob, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Where?
Yes.
Yeah, come on, read that out.
In paragraph 16, he's saying that if the people who do not work don't own some part of the product and don't have any power over what happens to their enterprise, they are being robbed. And he's also saying that you are being robbed.
If you work in a company and you have no say on anything, that means the company is robbing you, right?
He's again saying that they are thieves and they are stealing our life. In paragraph 17, he's highlighting one incident. The assembly line worker isn't responsible for the decimation of the American auto industry. Here, decimation of the American auto industry is the drastic reduction in US car production in the 1980s because of a severe economic recession and intense competition from foreign car manufacturers. According to the Los Angeles Times, make 50 to 500 times what the assembly line worker makes, but who have done a miserable job of managing, yet it's the workers who suffers the most.
If something goes wrong, the boss does not suffer. The employer does not suffer. The workers suffer.
It is not necessary that workers have no power in the fundamental management decisions involved. He's saying
missing भइरहेछ के सको म भन्छु हैन तीनटा कुरा मिसिङ भइरहेछ
he's saying I'm how the job gets done, I'm the job, I'm the company. Without me, my company and workers, there is nothing. But I deserve a say, not just some cosmetic input, but significant powers in good times or bad. A place at the table where decisions are made, nothing less is fair, nothing less is moral. And last, he raised the two questions, and the questions are, if we are the owners or management or government, if denied this statement, then we are choosing not to be moral and we are committing a crime against employees. Do you expect me not to struggle? And another question is, do you accept us to be forever passive while you get rich by stealing our lives?
Thank you. Well done. Let me aid Prabhu. Are you continuing? Thank you, can go. I'll take a minute only and I'll call another presenter. So in this essay, someone is stealing your life. This essay by Michael Ventura is based on his own personal experience of work in America. Right? So this is authentic essay. What he's writing is based on his experience. And what he's doing is, he's talking about work ethics in America. That means he will tell what is right in workplace in America and what is wrong. So this essay presents a problem. The problem is that workers are not happy. Why? Because they are exploited. Workers are exploited. Why are they exploited? Because the workers have no say over anything in the company. So he proposes three things as a solution. This essay is problem, nature of problem, and solution. This is structure. Problem, nature and cause of problem, solution. If you see, let me show you some lines here in the essay. For example, come to paragraph number 17 or 16. If the people who do the work don't own some part of the product and don't have any power over what happens to their enterprise, they are being robbed. Now, the first thing is, workers should be given some power. How? Workers should be represented in the management. Workers should have their representative in the management. If you see paragraph 17, last line, he says, but it's not necessary that workers have no power in the fundamental management decisions involved. So, now represented in the management decision, right? They should be represented in management decision. Then read ahead, last paragraph. As a worker, I am not an operating cost. I am how the job gets done. I am the job. I am the company. Without me and my companion workers, they are nothing. I'm willing to take my lumps in a world in which little is certain, but I deserve a say. Now look. Workers should have a say in company decisions. दरबार मार्गमा नाङ्लो बेकरी के थियो, हडताल गरी काम गरे मान्छेले, ओनरले बेकरी नै बन्द गरिदियो। ल जब खाऊ भनेर सबै घर गए, होटलै बन्द गरिदियो कि ल गर हडताल। अब यहाँ के भयो? अन्याय कसरी भयो? वर्करलाई मर्का पर हडताल गर्यो। अब इम्प्लोयरले वर्करको कुरा सुन्न छाडेर संस्था नै बन्द गरिदियो कि। त्यो केही कुरा डिमान्ड थियो, मलाई डिल थाहा छैन, केही वर्ष अगाडि कुरा आयो, लेकिन न्युजमा थियो कि बन्द गरिदियो। अर्को पनि एउटा धेरै सुनेको छु मैले, यो होटलहरूमा खास गरी होटल, मैले होटल बिर्सेँ, एउटा यस्तो होटल पनि थियो फेमस होटल, हडताल गर्यो। अन्नपूर्ण के हो? अन्नपूर्ण जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई। हो अन्नपूर्ण हो या कुन यो कोभिडको बेलामा बन्द गरिदियो, राइट? सो कम्पनी चलाउने कि बन्द गर्ने डिसाइड गर्दाखेरि नि वर्कर्स अल्सो सुड हेभ द राइट टु से समथिङ, राइट? Read ahead. Not just some cosmetic input, but significant power in good times or bad, a place at the table where decisions are made. Nothing less is fair. So nothing less is moral. And if you as owners or management or government deny me this, then you are choosing not to be moral and you are committing a crime against me. Do you expect me not to struggle? Do you expect us to be forever passive while you get rich by stealing our lives? So he makes a big claim that the company is stealing workers' life problem, and he offers this solution. To solve it, the workers must have proper representation in the managing board. If the workers are in the management board, then while decisions are being made, they also will be participating. Okay, now let's invite the next presenter who will talk about the next essay, Our Schedules Ourselves, and this was given to Shabdarai and Nizara. How about doing schedule? Marker here we have.
Good morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss the topic Our Schedules, Our Sleeps, which is written by J. Waldsper. J. Waldsper is the editor of Reader, a monthly magazine that reprints articles with an alternative and often socially critical viewpoint. The following selection, Our Schedules, Our Sleeps, from a 2003 issue of Readers, is one of several articles in the magazine dealing with way to re-examine time and increase one's enjoyment of daily life. The title of the collection of article is How to Stop Time, Rip Up Your Schedules and Take Back Your Life.
So this article was published in 2003 issue of Reader, and it is one of the articles among various articles published in this magazine, which talks about dealing with ways to re-examine time and increase one's enjoyment of life. Damn, you're 20 minutes late. No more, like half an hour. Late for your breakfast meeting, which you were hoping to scoot out of early to make an 8:30 seminar across town, and somewhere in there there's that conference call. Now at last minute you have to be at 9:40 meeting. No way you can miss it. Let's see, the afternoon is totally booked. But you can probably push back your 10:15 appointment and work through lunch. That would do it. View, the day has barely begun and already you are counting the hours until evening. When you can finally go home, the happily, gloriously, triumphantly do nothing. You'll skip yoga class, go off neighborhood meeting, ignore the piles of laundry and just relax. Yes, no, tonight's the night of the concert. You promised Nathan and Mona weeks ago that you would go. Damn.
So the problem in this paragraph is like everyday busy schedules.
We are very busy in our everyday lives that we forget our things that should make us happy.
Welcome to the Daily Grind Circuit 2003, our grueling 27-7 competition against the club that leaves even the winners wondering what happened to their lives. Determined and sternly focused, we march through each day obeying the orders of our calendars. The idle moment, the reflective pause, serendipity of any sort have no place in our plans. Stopping to talk to someone or slowing down to appreciate a sunny afternoon will only make you late for your next round of activities. From the minute we rise in the morning, most of us have our day charted out. The only surprise is if we actually get everything done that we had planned before collapsing into bed at night.
The program shown in the next paragraph is we fully plan our days and we don't even have time to talk with people except for work. On the job, in school, at home, increasing number of North Americans are virtual slaves to their schedules. Some of what fills our days are onerous obligations, some are wonderful opportunities, and most fall in between. But taken together, they add up to too much. Too much to do, too many places to be, too many things happening too fast, all mapped out for us in precise quarter-hour allotments on our Palm Pilots or day planners. We are not leading our lives, but merely following a dizzily timetable of duties, commitments, demands, and options. How did this happen? Where's the luxurious leisure that decades of technological progress was supposed to bestow on us? So what we can see is North Americans are virtual slaves to their schedules, and not only North Americans, but also we have become the virtual slaves of our schedule. So how many of us plan the day beforehand?
No.
I do. So where's the luxurious leisure that decades of technological progress was supposed to bestow upon us? Technological progress was supposed to make our lives easy, right? That's why we were so determined to get progress in the technological field. But what has it done? It has made our lives more complicated today.
So in the fourth paragraph, the acceleration of the globalized economic and the accompanying decline of people having any kind of a say over wages and working condition is a chief culprit. Folks at the bottom of the socio-economic ladder feel the pain most sharply. Holding down 2 or 3 jobs, struggling to pay the bills, working weekends, no vacation time, little social safety net, they often feel out of control about everything happening to them. But even successfully professionals, people who seem fully in charge of their destinies, feels the pinch. Doctors, for example, working impossibly crowded schedules under the command of HMOS, feels overwhelmed. Many of them are now seeking union representation, traditionally the resource of low-pay workers. So I'm coming up to in the paragraph 5.
So what is happening here is the economy is globalized, as you all know, and we are running in such a fast pace that even we sometimes cannot catch up to our schedules. We are really, really busy these days. So, so the reason that we are having busy schedules is acceleration of globalized economy, and another is decline of people having any say over wages and working conditions. Previously, the labor class used to struggle for having a say over their wages because they sometimes would not even be granted the minimum wages that they should get. But in today's world, even the doctors, high-class professionals such as doctors, are having difficulties in their workspace and are having difficulties for about their wages. The onslaught of new technology which promised to set us free has instead trashed up the rhythms of everyday lives. So let me give an example. I come home at 10 p.m. on a Friday night, and then I turn on my phone and I see a message from my boss. The message says, write this email to this particular client before 12 p.m. So what will I have to do? I will obviously have to follow the orders. I will quickly get on my laptop and write all the necessary details on my email and attach the necessary files and then send it, right? So that is how technology has affected. And then again, I wake up the next morning. It's a Saturday morning, weekend, so obviously I will sleep till late. So I wake up at 8, turn on my phone, and then see that my boss has sent me a message. The boss says, I have scheduled a meeting with a client for you at 10 a.m. So get ready with the necessary documents. So what will I do? Obviously I will hurry, take my breakfast and get on my laptop again, and then do the meeting, finish. But it's my weekend, right? But still I have to work. Why? Because of technology. Technology has should have made our lives easier, but it has in the end complicated it more.
The boss can change you anywhere. The company gives you a SIM card. You are not allowed to switch off a mobile phone, and so they can access you anywhere, anytime. It is the true case with my son. He used to work in Surya, Nepal, and he had to work Saturday, Sunday, all days of the week, even on holidays, because even midnight the boss would send an email and the boss would call, because he was not allowed to switch off the mobile phone. Technology. How technology makes it difficult.
So our own human desires for more choices and new experiences also plays a role.
Desires for more choices. यसपालि मैले अमेरिकाबाट सामान मगाउन खोज्दा मलाई 5.5 लाख रुपैयाँ चाहिने भयो कि मलाई जति सामान ल्याउन मन लागिरहेको थियो नि, जस्तै मलाई माइक्रोसफ्ट एड सर्फेस किन्न मन लाग्यो एउटा, त्यसलाई $500 चाहियो, अनि आइफोन 14 किन्न मन लाग्यो, त्यसलाई $500 चाहियो, 3000 भयो, अनि त्यसपछि यो क्यामेरा किन्न मन लाग्यो, त्यसलाई $1100 चाहियो, 4000 भयो, राइट? 4000 भनेको 5 लाख. अनि मैले के गरेँ? I have to sacrifice everything. यो मात्रै किने. सबै किने अब म लोनमा हुन्थेँ, तर मैले काम गर्नु पर्थ्यो नि त लोन तिर्नलाई. So we have more desire for money, so we work longer and we are busier. So limit your desires, you'll be happier in life. Less desires, you have child, happier you are.
So in this paragraph, it has explained that people have numerous amount of desire, that we want to do each and everything, like we want to we want to get engaged in music, either dance, either sports, So that's why people today are jack of all, master of none.
I'll give an example. केही दिन अगाडि मैले फेसबुकबाट योगाको विज्ञापन देखेँ, योगाको. अनि मेरो हेल्थ राम्रो छैन, अनि मलाई मन लाग्यो योगा सिक्छु. कति बेला सिक्ने होला भन्ने भयो, बिजी छु, 7 बजे आउनुपर्छ. अनि मैले फोन गरेँ, अनि क्यान यु अरेन्ज अ सेसन एट 4 in the morning भनेको त दङ्ग पऱ्यो कि. 4 बजे यसरी चिसोमा आउन सक्नुहुन्छ? यस आई क्यान. हामी उठ्न सक्दैनौँ भन्छ कि. I have no other time, but I want to be in a yoga class. I want to be in Chinese class. I want to be in French class. I want to be in something else. I want to learn music. कति कुरा गर्न मलाई टाइम छैन. भरे म केही पनि गर्दिनँ. When you try to do a lot of things, you do nothing. के गर्नु जहिले पनि do one thing at a time. Right? म्युजिक सिक्ने, अरू कुरा बिर्सिने. म्युजिक सिक्ने. सकेपछि मैले एउटा थिङ गर्ने के मेरो बानी के छ? पागल के? यता म्युजिक पनि सिक्नु पर्यो, हार्मोनियम सिक्नु पर्यो, गिटार सिक्नु पर्यो, म्युजिक पनि 3टा, बाँसुरी पनि सिक्नु पर्यो, योगा सिक्नु पर्यो, ल्याङ्ग्वेज पनि 3टा 4 सिक्नु पर्यो, भरे म केही पनि गर्दैन. Right? So your desires also make you quite busy.
So in coming to paragraph 7 and 8, in a busy life, nothing happens if you don't plan it, often weeks in advance. We have booked ourselves so full of pre-scheduled activities, there's no time left for those magic, spontaneous moments that makes us feel most alive.
के मोमेन्ट
Spontaneous moment.
Magic.
कहाँ छ paragraph?
8.
8 हैन?
So have you ever experienced that unplanned trips or unplanned activities have made you the happiest rather than the planned ones?
She is telling the crux of this essay. There's a word for that. What word is there?
Spontaneous. Magic. Please schedule
कतै serendipitous भन्ने छ कतै छ कि छैन मेदिमा आएको serendipitous भनेको a serendipitous moment भनेको a moment that you had not planned के कहिलेकाहीँ प्लान बिना राम्रो काम भइरहेको हुन्छ नि शनिबार छ कुनै प्लान छैन साइकल लिएर चोकमा निस्क्यो चोकमा पुग्यो कहाँ जाने थाहा छैन के तिमी एट द मोमेन्ट यता जान्छौ नि अनि समथिङ नाइस ह्यापन्स के रमाइलो ठाउँ पुग्छौ घुम्छौ अनि कति खुसी लाग्छ यसले यसको मुभमेन्ट के भन्दाखेरि इन लाइफ डोन्ट प्लान एभ्री सिंगल सेकेन्ड एन्ड आवर के ह्याभ सम टाइम विदाउट प्लान एन्ड लाइफको ह्याप्पिनेस कहाँ आउँछ when you do things without any planning. When you do things without any by chance only. We call that serendipitous moment. A moment that was not planned. And something nice happened. Plan here. तिमी कतै हिँड्दै थियौ साथी भेट्यो आहा गजब भयो प्लान गरे भए तिमी योगा क्लास आउँथ्यो साथी भेट्दैन नि त कस्तो रमाइलो गरे हामीले गरौँ न यस्तो एक दिन प्लान नगरिकन केही काम गरौँ हो जस्तै ट्रिप जान सकिन्छ अस्ति हामी गरौँ त हामी उता टियुको क्लास सिद्धियो हाम्रो सेमेस्टर सिद्धियो के अनि हामीले लेट्स मेक इट मेमोरेबल भनौँ अनि आज सेमेस्टर सिद्धियो भोलिपल्ट हामीले चाहिँ पुलचोकी हाइकिङ गऱ्यौँ बिहान 7 बजे गयौँ 5-6 घन्टा हिँड्यौँ खानेकुरा लिएर गएको थियौँ मजाले खायौँ डान्स गऱ्यौँ अनि त्यहाँ रमाइलो गऱ्यौँ फेरि घुमेर आयौँ आज क्लास सिद्धियो मेमोरेबल भयो नि त अनि एकजना विद्यालयले ब्लग बनायो त्यसको युट्युबमा ब्लग पनि छ कति मेमोरी उनीहरू त बुढो भए पनि हेर्न पाउँछ नि we made our day memorable because we did something out of plan.
So coming to paragraph 9, a few years back, radical Brazilian educator Paulo Freire was attending a conference of Western political activities and heard over and over about how overwhelmed people felt about the duties they faced. Instead, finally he stood up and in slow, heavily accented English declared, "We are bigger than our schedules."
We are bigger than our schedules. यति बुझ्नु पर्यो के our life is more important than our schedules. You are more important than your calendar. Do not make yourself the slave of the calendar. यति कुरा बुझ्नु पर्यो सबैजनाले our life is much more valuable than our duties and calendar के so don't make yourself a slave of the calendar. कस्तो मिठो कुरा भनेर जस्तो प्लानिङ गर्ने बेलामा 1 घण्टा नो प्लान राख्नुस् के एउटा शेड्युल नो प्लान नथिङ
Yes, we are bigger than our schedules. So how do we make sure our lives are not overpowered by an endless roster of responsibilities?
Now we move to solutions, I guess, right?
Yes, sir.
Solutions. So problems, cause of the problem, and we have solutions. Please understand that in pre-board exam, you will get most of the questions from chapter 5, 4, 3. Chapter 5, 4, 3. So give more time to these chapters this time. In final, you will get from whole book.
So part of the answer is political. So long as Americans work longer hours than any other people on earth, we are going to feel hemmed, which means binded in our schedules. Expanded vacation time for everyone, including part-time and minimum wage workers, is one obvious and overscheduled solution. Shortening the work week, something the labor movement and progressive politicians successfully accomplished in the early decades of the 20th century, is another logical objective. There's nothing preordained about 40 hours on the job. Italy, France, and other European nations have
He is reading and she is making the point. You can follow. Will पढिरहेछ उसले त्यसै point बनाइरहेछ
France European nations have already cut back working hours and opportunity for employees outside academic to take a sabbatical every decade or so is another idea whose time has come. And how about more vacation and paid holidays? Let's start with Martin Luther King's birthday, Susan B. Anthony birthdays, and your own. Any efforts to keep people more clubbed in their workplace, from student unions to employee work ownerships, could help us gain much needed flexibility in our jobs and our.
Let me tell. अब फेरि प्रेजेन्ट गर्दाखेरि के सुधार्ने भने तिमीले पढिरहेछौ नि यो पार्टलाई हटाउने के हुन्छ भने अडियन्सले त्यसलाई फलो गर्दैन कि यसरी पढ्दाखेरि अनि तिमी रिडिङ गर्छौ उसले फलो गर्दैन कि सो लङ रिडिङ नगर्ने प्रेजेन्टेसनमा यसरी पोइन्टहरू ठिक छ
We can see the solutions here: expanded vacation time, shortening the work week, opportunities to take a sabbatical, that means paid leave every decade or so, and effort to give people more clout in their workspace. So, and another thing that we can do personally is how we think about time can make a big difference in how we feel about our lives.
In chapter 1 you read American values. Americans regard time as economic resource, right? And here it says that we must change this attitude. Time should not be treated as economic resource. In chapter 3, in essay 3, Time Talks with an Accent by Robert Levine, if you remember in chapter 1. Brazilian people do not treat time as money. They don't treat time as resource. They treat time as something that you can postpone and enjoy. They say that if you can do something tomorrow, never do it today. If something can be postponed, keep postponing. Don't do the work. Enjoy the life. Enjoy.
So another is our feeling about time, and I will write this down. Setting aside some time on your calendar for life to just unfold in its own surprising way. We can also paragraph 13.
Setting aside some time on your calendar for life to just unfold in its own surprising way. If you have a calendar, my time limit. My time. I'll do manmoji, right? Drink drink. Whiskey khanchu. Beer khanchu. Rukuni basu. Garden janchu. Girlfriend betchu. Boyfriend betchu. Manmoji kaam garchu. My time. Have my time. Not only time for the boss.
In our industrialized, fast-paced society, we too often view time as just another mechanical instrument to be programmed. But time possesses its own ever-shifting shape and rhythms and defies our best efforts to corral it with the tidy lines of Palm Pilots or Leadbooks.
Do not treat time as mechanical instrument to program. Treat time as shifting rainbow in life. Treat time as a rainbow. Treat time something that you can shape. Treat time as music. हेर्नुस् त कस्तो मिठो कुरा भनेको मलाई आज तपाईको पढाइ साडे छाडेर यसपछि क्लास गरेर घुम्न जान मन लाग्यो कतै तपाईलाई मात्रै पढाएर बस्ने हैन बाइक लिएर अनि अनप्लान कहाँ जाने थाहा नबिग्ने हिँड्ने कि कता मलाई साँच्चै अघि म्यामसँग एउटा काम छ कि यहाँ गर्नु पर्ने तपाईको क्वेसन बनाउनु पर्छ अनि अघि चाहिँ म यही बसेर बनाउँछु भने कि अहिले भाग भइसक्यो पाठ पढे पछाडि के काम गर्ने Go on. Yes.
Keeping in mind that our days expand and contract according to their own patterns is perhaps the best way to help keep time on your side. So one last question. Is time something that we can hold on to? Or rewind and replay or relive the moment that has already passed? Right? So we need to understand and accept that not all days are the same, and we need to live life and live time flow as it is, and live life to the fullest. Thank you.
यसमा म सानो कमेन्ट मात्रै गर्छु यसले चाहिँ अहिले ल भयो टाइम सक्यो ध्यानै जाँदैन we will understand that we will ask you a question from all lessons, particularly 5, 4, 3, 2 यसै जान्छ बढी क्वेसन 5 बाट अनि 3 बाट 4 बाट 3 बाट 2 बाट यसै जान्छ. So read all chapters. Thank you.